Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel review anything and everything. And today we're going to get into two Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures that are based off of the recent movie Mutant Mayhem. And I'm doing this review for both at the same time, Raphael and Leonardo, because I purchased these for my kids and all of the accessories have been mixed together. So we're just kind of going to go through them because I don't know which accessory goes to which, but they come with a lot of accessories and weapons. So first, I'm going to just address a few things. One, obviously this line is different than, there's been so many different iterations of Ninja Turtles toy lines over the years in which you get like they're for the times that they designed the characters differently. Obviously they had the original ones back in the days, and those came with a lot of weapons as well and things. So they kind of continue that same tradition where it comes chock packed full of a bunch of different weapons, most of them in a kind of generic color, while only the weapons that are their main weapons come with, like maybe some additional color to them, the handle or whatever the case is. But I think back in the days they didn't. I think they all just had one color scheme, which was like a light brown or something like that, something similar to the color of their shells. So here you have. Let's take a look at Leonardo real quick. Now he's got his regular headband with the bandana headband like over his eyes, with the obviously the flowing what would you call that, extra excess, I guess, for lack of a better word, coming off his thing. And I say that to point that out because Raphael has a full one covering his entire dome like a bandana. But here you have the swords and they fit on nicely. So I think things are done well. He has a bit of articulation in his legs, his knees. You can turn his ankles, in his hands. He has the wrist. He has the elbow. You have his shoulders. And obviously the head swivels side to side, not up and down. You see in this movie line, there was a clear differentiation with the turtles more so than before in terms of body sizes and whatnot. So Raphael is a lot more bigger. He's more chunkier. Leonardo is a little more the in between. I think that Donatello is a little more slimline in his design, and yeah. So where was I? Okay, so so you can see in this line there's a big distinct between the turtles, more so now than what there was before. A matter of fact, give me 1 second and I'm going to show you the other turtles that I actually have on hand, but they're not, the packages haven't been open. I'm not going to review them yet until my kids have a chance to open them. So here you could see it says the brains, Donatello. I guess he's the same build as Leonardo for the most part, a bit skinnier. And you can see how he'll come with additional weapons. What's funny is actually, I just realized something too, and I'm going to show you in a moment because I have in here the extra weapons for Leonardo and Raphael, that their weapons come in gray, while Donatello's is orange, and so is Michelangelo's, and I'm going to show you that in a moment. This is kind of the general box that comes with all of the figures, and they'll have like a little cutout for their information. And Michelangelo as well. So I'm going to throw the description for all the link in the description for all these characters to purchase them on Amazon. But here you could see he also has the orange type of weapons and whatnot. But you see his build is heavier. He's a heavier build. So, and also too, what's interesting, the little turtle that comes with them is actually modeled off the color of the way they look, because that's what becomes them. So continuing with the review, like I said, I'm not going to open those, but you had a little glimpse of them so you can know what they look like. But essentially all the turtles come pretty much the same in terms of articulation and whatnot. So one thing that I'm going to say about Leonardo versus Raphael, I like that the way the swords are here and they fit on this is nice. Raphael, the sais, this is where they go. I wish they would have moved it a little bit more to the center, and the reason why, or like replace this little pouch thing here, moved it more to the center, because he can't really bring his arms in that well. If you're trying to really play with him like that, it doesn't flow the same because of that. So that's something where I think, when he has that there, that's kind of a drawback. It's nice that he has a spot to put his weapons on him, and the turtles have always had that for every generation, a place to put their main weapons on them. But I think that it's a little flawed in that design because it gets in the way of him actually maneuvering his hands. He's got to have those things out of that place for him to bring his hands together like he just did here. So, but besides for that, I think that it's actually very cool, your mainline weapons, and how they'll have like the handles be a certain color and then the blade will be silver. That was the sound of the other turtles knocking over. But now I'm going to go into their accessories. And like I said, I don't know which one's which in terms of their accessories, but there's a whole lot of them. We'll start with the turtles. These two, their turtle colors are about the same. They're slightly different. So I would probably say, I think that this one is slightly lighter and I think goes more with Leonardo. This one's a little bit darker. It probably, I think when I'm looking at it through the camera, you could see the distinction a little more than I can see in person. But so I think that that's the case there. Like I said, I don't remember who came with which weapons, but you see they come with gray weapons versus the other turtles. And for years, they used to always come with little pizza, even in the original line from way back in the 90s, I think it was. So they come with that. And they have these other generic ninja weapons, which I think is really cool because, if you don't want to just use their regular weapons, it's nice that you have this whole assortment of weapons that you have. A couple of different various knives. Like I said, I don't remember who comes with what, unfortunately. This one of these two. So this is like a set of 3 knives that came with one of the guys. I forget. I don't know if that was Leonardo that came with those or not, but that's kind of cool. You have a little set of that. Then you got ninja stars. And another type is a different type of ninja star. These two things here are like I think they're a bomb, a handmade bomb. 2 other types of knives. These ones seem more like throwing knives, similar to the ninja stars. And these seem more like just an alternative close hand-to-hand weapon. These are a specific type of swords there. So that's cool that, they come with so much. Obviously, one turtle's not going to come with all this, but I think that the division is something like this with that and this with these. Something kind of like this maybe. So some kind of divide similar like that. So yes, you see you'd get a decent amount of weapons, and it's cool. I think it's really cool that that's the case, and that's always been the case, like I said, from day one when it comes to all the turtle lines. So if anyone's into this, and for the kids who are growing up with this now, this is great that they have their own set of turtles to grow up with. I feel like that's always been the case with every generation. You always had a set of turtles, because turtles have been a very long staying, franchise. You've had turtles for different years, different versions. So I think that's great. So this is the newest line for the kids now, and I think it does a good job. But I think it does a really good job in terms of differentiating each turtle and their personality through not only their design, but also through, like what it says on the box and saying one's the brain. I think this one says he's the angry one, they call him. And Leonardo's like the leader or something of that sort. So it just really distinguishes them a lot more from each other. which I think is actually really good in terms of for kids to kind of relate to now. So I think that's cool. Before we used to always relate to them based on their personality, but they all physically look the same. Where now, not completely the same, but there were some small differentiating factors, but now it's even more so. So I think that's really cool. And yeah, I think it's a pretty good line. Like I said, the link's going to be in the description for you to purchase the product on Amazon. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.